Hello guys, what we have here is a question which was asked in the 2015 December 9th exam. The question is that we have a canonical transformation from PQ small q to capital P and capital Q here, and is performed on the Hamiltonian, which is given, which is p square small p square by 2m plus m omega square small q square by 2. Okay, using a generating function. Okay, generating function m omega q square cot q by 2. Okay, and we are given that q at 0 is equal to 0 and q of t at t is what we need to find out. Okay, so this plot where q varies with respect to time, how the position coordinate changes with time is what we need to find out. Is it linearly, is it some kind of a decreasing exponential, or some kind of a some kind of an increasing function which decreases as a result of a polynomial coefficient or something like that, or is it a sinusoidal function? That's what we need to find out. Okay, so basically what we can do is that we can find, okay, beforehand on doing something, we need to know what exactly are we going to do. So what we're going to do is that we're going to find the relation between q and the Hamiltonian. Okay, so in that Hamiltonian we can find relationship. Okay, we can use q, which is equal to, or q dot is equal to dou h by dou p, capital P, which is the what Hamilton's equation. We can use that equation and we can relate with them both. Okay, but here, as you can see, this is a pre-transformed version of Hamiltonian. So a transformed version of Hamiltonian, new Hamiltonian, which we need to actually estimate this. Okay, to estimate this relationship, evaluate this relationship. So new Hamiltonian, as per the generating function, you can see that generating function is of the form f of small q and capital Q. Hamiltonian is of the form small q and small p. Okay, so we need to find out the new Hamiltonian h dash, which is the function of capital Q and capital P. So h dash will be old Hamiltonian of the function of q and p plus old Hamiltonian in terms of capital Q and capital P, of course. Yes, plus df by d d of t, of course. This is the transformation condition for a Hamiltonian. Okay, using the generating function. Okay, how? Okay, as you can see clearly that this Hamiltonian is of the form of f, q and q. Okay, it has no time dependence. That means this term vanishes, which means this old Hamiltonian will be equal to h of capital Q, capital P, of course. Yes. So all we need to do is that to transform this old Hamiltonian in terms of capital P and capital Q instead of small q and small p. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. So how can we do that? Okay, how can we do that and then relate with q dot, this equation, Hamilton's equation? Okay, for that we can use the generating functions. Okay, for a function of small q and t, then the generating function can be related with in terms of momentum conjugate. You can calculate p as dou f by dou q and capital P as minus dou f by dou capital Q. Okay, these conditions are unique for this kind of function. Generating function is of the form q and t. There is no t here, it doesn't matter. So for different functions of different forms, the equation may vary. You can look them up. Okay, for transformation conditions, canonical transformation conditions. Now we can calculate p, which is equal to dou f by dou q, small q, of course. You get m omega cot q in times small q. Okay, and that's small p right there. And then you can calculate capital P, which is dou f by minus dou f by dou capital Q. You get m omega q square by 2 times, there is a minus sign, and the differential of cot q is minus cosec square q, so minus and minus will get plus, and cosec square q. Okay, that's what you get. So you have got the new momentum conjugates in terms of small q and capital Q. Okay, now what we need to do is, in order to replace them, this Hamiltonian, what you effectively need to do is you can eliminate the small q components inside this equation and find p and capital Q, or p, find out the small p and small q in terms of capital P and capital Q. So you can find out from here. Okay, here there is you can find q square, or q, which is equal to root of, from this equation, 2 capital P by m omega times what, cosec square, which is equal to sine square. So it's 1 by cosec square is equal to sine square, so you get sine square q. So that's q right there in terms of p and capital P and capital Q. So you can write down p, small p, as m omega times q, which is this value. You get 2p by m omega times sine q times cot q, which is cot q, which is cos q by sine q. Okay, so you got p also. So sine and sine will cancel. This m omega and m omega will cancel, and you get p, small p, is equal to 2p square root of 2p m omega cos q, capital Q. So you got small p and small q here, right? Now you can substitute them back into the Hamiltonian, and you get Hamiltonian is equal to p square, which gives you 2p m omega cos square q by 2m, of course, plus m omega square q, which is equal to 2p. Q square will be equal to 2p by m omega times sine square q, right? Yes, and then there is a 2 by 2, and you can simplify them, and you get 2m and 2m will cancel, and you get p omega and p omega, and here also 2 and 2 will cancel, and you get m and m will cancel, omega and omega 1 will cancel, you get p omega. So you can take the p omega outside, and you get p omega times cos square q plus sine square q, which is equal to p omega, right? P omega. So you got the Hamiltonian, which is equal to the new Hamiltonian in terms of capital P, Q and capital P. So new Hamiltonian will be equal to p omega. Okay, as we have mentioned it earlier. Now we got new Hamiltonian. Now we can use this equation to find the relation between Q and T. Okay, how can we do that? Okay, this is not h dot, this is a h dash. Okay, so we need to find out a new relationship. You can write q dot, which is equal to dou h by dou p, which is equal to omega here. So q dot is equal to omega, which means q, you can integrate both sides, and you get q is equal to omega t plus c. Okay, so as you can clearly see that q is proportional to t, which means q varies linearly with time. Okay, q varies linearly with time. What does that mean? Q of t and t will be linear. Okay, so the which one's the right one? That's option D. Option D is the right one. This was very not that simple, but it's very easy to solve. Okay, so you don't have to calculate a lot. You should know how to transform this transformation conditions for a generating function. You have to understand how it works. Okay, for successfully solving this, you need to understand how transformation generating functions and the transformation conditions work. For different kind of transformation functions, f of capital Q, capital P and T, you have to know all these different, there are 4 different transformation conditions which you need to know to successfully solve this kind of a problem. So this was easier. So for more videos, you get to this link, t.me CSIR Net Physics. Okay.